Good evening, everybody. It is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is the Old Wolf here with you for another episode of the Witch and Wolf Wisdom Podcast. Tonight's episode 24, Chaos Theory. We'll get into that in a minute. It's got a couple different ways it could be interpreted, but yes. Again, April 5th, 2022, coming at you live from Rochester, New York.
Rochester.
And already, hello to April and hello to Penny and everybody that's joining us and soon to join us or wants to but can't, and those of you that are dancing with us in the astral plane.
Yes.
Hang on.
I like dancing in there.
Ooh.
I'm very
Hello, Suzanne.
Hello, Suzanne.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I know why you're here.
Oh, but does she?
But does she know?
Does she?
Monica, everybody's great to see you all. Yes, tonight's episode is entitled Chaos Theory. A couple things we'll be doing tonight, obviously. We have some winners from the songwriting contest.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, winners. And it was incredibly difficult.
Oh my God. We had dozens to go through.
Very, very hard. Mm-hmm. And ironically,
the last 7 you sat on for a long while too.
Yes, it was so difficult that ultimately the 3 that we picked are all kind of sharing the first place slot. Basically what that says is I'm going to make all 3 of them into songs. So everybody wins tonight, at least within that framework.
Yep.
And Suzanne, it's actually, for those of you who don't know, the Beaver Queen.
Yes, the Beaver Queen.
She's off at work at a decent time. Yeah.
Yay!
And that's always nice when we can chill, we can do the things we want to do, enjoy. For those of you wondering, and you're probably hearing something in the background, what's going on in the background?
I don't know what's going on.
What's going on in the background is actually chaos theory.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. In this particular context, chaos theory represents a couple, a family, that myself and my son and you are now getting to know.
Yes.
Friends of ours from central New Jersey who have kind of segued their love of music into a little family group.
And you know what? They're really damn good.
They're fucking awesome.
They're really damn good.
Really, really good. So, I talk about my music all the time. I talk about Tony and Broken Pass, my brother Greg Carr Schumann, some of his music, Metal Life Crisis, and others. And we intend to continue to expand on that. It's not just about us. Those of you, again, that know me redundantly,
it's not just about us. It's just all about me.
Well, sometimes. 98.369% of the time. But that's neither here nor there. Strength in numbers. You know what I mean? Community aspects to the degrees that we can help and share with each other. Michelle, you just got done painting, got home just in time. It's great. Great to see everybody. Brother Josh and everybody else joining us. Thank you and welcome. Carolina.
Welcome. Joshy!
Always good.
That's not Joshy. That's a different Joshua. Okay.
Yeah, listen, there are many incarnations of the Joshua.
The Joshua.
And they are all welcome.
Yes. All Joshua.
So yeah, as always, we talk a little bit about many of the elements that we do, and we support within other people, within different aspects. One of the big things that we talk about, and it's always one that I go to, is Lady Shiya's Mentorship Circle, which is really the hub of a lot of the elements, teaching, community,
Reiki,
support, Reiki, tarot.
Right now we're working on the tarot and the Reiki units. My approach on Reiki is completely different than most people, where they just kind of spend a day and say, okay, here you go, you've learned Reiki. I actually make sure you have done it. Okay.
Well, to each their own, right?
Yeah.
To each their own.
I'm kicking an old school Reiki.
Yeah, listen, again, perspective being what it is, everybody has different perspectives, and that's one of the beautiful things that I really love about it.
For example, I have a perspective right now. April, that is the most beautiful spelling of the word April. The name April I think I've ever seen. Aprille. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
That's just like
little subtleties, the unique elements of who we all are. And again, we change and evolve. I have evolved into the old wolf. You are Lady Shiya.
Yes.
Jenny!
Or Mama Shiya. As
Mama
they call
Shiya.
some people.
Yeah. But the mentorship circles,
Liz, you're here. Yay.
you know, mentorship circle definitely is an incredibly powerful and, one of the core elements of what goes on. Those of, again, that know you and know me, we do a whole bunch of different things, be it, private reading, spell casting, counseling, custom music. You do a series of lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights.
Yep, can't get rid of me. I'm on here, there, and everywhere. I'm actually thinking about adding in some daytime times, you guys, so y'all have to let me know what you think.
We know a lot of people in different time zones. Judy, again, she lives in Australia. We know people that, Ireland and, everywhere.
Yeah.
I love that, and I've talked about that before.
In Australia, New Zealand. And,
Happy birthday, April. Shiya just recently celebrated a birthday a couple days ago.
Yeah, so I'm on the 1st, you're on the 2nd. So yay, that's awesome. Destiny, hey girl, how you doing? Where's your mom at?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas, that's my hometown.
Nice. My singer, my becoming a good friend now,
Matt
Brown, is from Texas.
Just a little bit south of Austin.
As he would say, he's from the sticks. Mm-hmm. But that's something to be proud of these days, I think.
He's out in the sticks a little bit.
There is an element to
southeast of Austin.
Gentry, Arkansas. I have friends who live in Arkansas. Actually,
Kansas.
They actually have a farm out there, but they're retired, so they travel in an RV and they go around following the Marshall Tucker Band. If you ever get an opportunity, if you see the Marshall Tucker Band,
oh yeah, they're pretty awesome.
And if you go to their merchandise section, you may actually run into them. I'm not going to drop their name out there because I don't know how they would feel about that. I don't know if they want like all these people, showing up, be like, "Hey, you won't say to give me a bill."
Now, speaking of kind of weird, random encounters in grocery stores,
yeah, that's a little bit. That's a little. But as I was saying, all these backing tracks going on in the background is a group, a newly formed group in Central New Jersey. Okay, they are good friends.
Awesome.
Have been good friends to myself and my son before we moved up here. Julie Jenkins is her name. She and I worked together for many years at a place down in Central New Jersey called Cube Smart. She and I and a guy by the name of Bill Gorman. Yeah, Bill, I'm dropping your name. You'll never fucking hear this, but anyway, I'm going to name drop you, brother. It's been too long. But anyway, we ran a multi-dollar self-storage facility, you know what I mean? And over the years, when you work with people, you get to know them. She has an incredible heart, an incredible voice, very gifted musically, plays guitar. And Nadia, this is not.
We're not doing readings tonight.
Yeah, this is not psychic session time.
Tomorrow night, psychic session.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, that isn't to say that if there's a context of something going on that we don't talk about things in support of each other. But yes, as a general rule of thumb, we don't do readings during the Tuesday night podcast.
Like Nadia, for you, I would absolutely recommend going onto the YouTube channel. You want to pop that YouTube channel up there?
YouTube? Where's your YouTube?
Right there, you pass it.
Oh, there it is. Yes, YouTube.
So if you go on the YouTube channel and look at the Lady Shiya teaches stuff, there's a whole video there on conflict resolution that might give you a hand.
Yeah,
if she's mad
and a lot of this stuff that we do is free. I mean, don't get me wrong, we appreciate the support, and like I said, Shiya does
all your money.
She does the lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. So you're welcome to come back and hang out, and we do freebie 1 cards and things. So,
but if you're worried about conflict resolution, check out the conflict resolution video on YouTube. It's very helpful.
It's the little things.
Yeah.
But again.
And come check us out on YouTube at all, because,
listen,
the Old Wolf has some amazing music.
All of the music is free. Feel free to share it. Just don't use it commercially without letting us know, just so that way the man doesn't come and try and take a big wet bite out of you.
And even if you're a Facebook watcher, just pop on over and hit that subscribe on that YouTube. That helps us out immensely.
Sister Suzanne makes a great, point. She loves your daily card pulls that she's been doing on the videos. I know that's been very popular. I know you've been doing
You
reels.
can blame the wolf for that. I was watching reels, and he's like, "Why don't you just do a daily card pull?" I'm like, "No, that's too blasé." And I just started doing it, and everybody started loving it. So yeah, blame the wolf for the daily card pull.
Yeah, well.
Once in a while, he has a damn good idea. What can I say?
So, with that, and I just want to throw this out here. This is Chaos Theory. This is Julie Jenkins, okay, and her fiance, Tim Hendricks. They both play guitar, but Tim is definitely I guess you could say, the lead on the guitar end. Really, really gifted guitar player. Julie's a good guitar player in her own right as well, too, but if you ask her, she's like, I don't play fucking guitar. But she does. But listen, she has an incredible voice. He has an incredible voice. And not only are they a dynamic together, personally, they're engaged to get married. And I've known Jolie for a few years. So, seeing this dynamic for her, it warms the heart. You know what I mean? It's really beautiful. It's
nice when you see somebody find a match for them and a good fit together.
Not only
nice
that,
teamwork
it translates into their music. It translates into how they perform. And they are live performers, okay? Mm-hmm. All of the music that's going on in the background was tracked live.
Yep.
Okay, so this isn't studio recording like, the stuff that Matt and I have been doing where, we can go back 300 times and change a piece and re-record it or edit it or do this. Now, granted, I touched up some of the tracks for them just to clean it up and put it into stereo and make it easier for people to listen to, but it's them live. Yes, Monica, it's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It really is a testament that, when people can connect, that strength in numbers, anything is possible. So, again, they have started this little group of theirs, and, they're doing things like private parties and, little town events, again, within the central New Jersey area. And again,
and you can tell from looking at them, and you can tell from their music, that they are just really good energy people.
Yeah, no, listen.
I cannot wait to
anybody,
meet them in person and give them hugs.
That really, for whatever degree, depending upon the style of music that you like or anything like that. But it means a lot. So if you could go to their Facebook, give them a like, give them a check out, tell them that Shiya and the Old Wolf sent you. If you happen to be down in the central New Jersey area and they're playing a show, go check them out. Let me tell you, there's a case to be made, and especially there's a lot of really good musicians out there that will never be known, unfortunately, unless you happen to be in the small venues, unless you happen to hear about it from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and you get that opportunity to really experience. And, again, not to, blow smoke up anybody's ass, as a musician and knowing for as long as I have, it is incredible. It is incredible musicianship, and it is something that when you experience, and especially when you can experience this stuff live, and again, we're starting to come back to a little bit of normalcy. People are starting to go out more. There is a context, and we talk about it a lot. You talk about it in your lives and your teachings. I talk about it as well, too, that energies affect us. Negative energies will make us sick, will make us angry, will make us paranoid, will make us lonely. But positive energy, loving energy, healing energy can do all kinds of magical stuff. No, unfortunately, they are not in Detroit. They are strictly just kind of a very small venue. They just started this. So it's only within the central Jersey kind of shore area, Point Pleasant, Seaside Heights, Manalapan, Atlantic Highlands. Think central New Jersey, Jersey Shore.
But
that's where they are now.
We can all be fans and enjoy musicians the world over.
On their Facebook page, they have all the cover tracks that they're doing. So, you can listen to them. You can hear the dynamics. And like I said, I've been, and I will continue to play these in the background, through the evening. And I'll promo one of them actually kind of in a full-blown type of thing. It's just unfortunately sometimes, especially with cover music, sometimes that stuff gets flagged, and we live in a reality where, you know, there's always somebody trying to make a buck. And listen, don't get me wrong, they're trying to, you know, make a couple dollars doing it, but they truly enjoy it. You know what I mean? And they also, too, you know, perform in a context where you could go down to like the Chubby Pickle in the Atlantic Highlands on their open mic night, and it's free to go down there. And, you know, you could have a couple of drinks. You could have one of their world famous fried pickles or a world class burger or something, and you could listen to them perform for free.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. So it isn't like you got to go pay to see them. Places paid them to be able to perform.
Right.
But they do private parties, and they do, you know, little corporate events and that type of thing. Just, you know, obviously, you know, to keep it going. And again, you know, it's like anything else. When we have that energy, especially when we have it in conjunction with something else, and it's something that Shiya and I discovered doing Her Desperate Mind, is that we actually have that dynamic musically as well, too.
Yeah.
So getting back to, and I guess, I mean, all three of them are here, right?
Yes,
All right, so they're all three here. So
Onishi is Liz.
okay, so we can, as they say, during this whole little thing, and I'm just going to switch these back over, we can announce the winners from the contest. And like I said, it was incredibly difficult, all right? We had a lot of really good submissions. I struggled with it, going back and forth. I had originally narrowed it down to 7.
And that was even hard.
And it was hard. It was hard bouncing through them. And the 3 that we picked, because that's how we promoted the contest. We had to pick 3.
And we originally had a grand prize and then second place and third place. But it's like...
And that kind of went out the fucking window.
No, we're just going to...
So everybody, the 3 people that got chosen are all first place.
Yes.
We're going to do all 3 tracks. The gift certificates to Mystical Moons. And you know what? Before we go there, I'm going to throw that out because, again, Suzanne's support on that is just really been incredible. Can't say enough about it. Definitely check them out. Just mention Shiya Mind's name. You get, you know, a discount off your first purchase.
Yep.
But in that aspect, as advertised, you know, free reading from myself and or Shiya.
Yep.
The gift certificate.
And then
2 Mystical Moons and all 3 tracks. So this is basically saying that these 3
were just really
pieces that were submitted are all equally good. They all have their own dynamic. They all have their own energy.
That were equally good too.
Yes,
this is just
and there were.
Spoke to us in the moment the most.
Well,
because you had a few.
I'm going to be honest. What I did, and you know, in fairness, it was a songwriting contest. So I picked the ones that we felt and others who we shared it with would work best for music. Some of them were great pieces of poetry, but not really frameable, lest I do like Tommy's The Who's Tommy, blah, 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 you know, and basically do a fucking rock opera, which I'm debating. It's not out of the realm. But I had to narrow it down. So we picked 3, and without further ado, here are our 3 winners. Woohoo! Suzanne Williams, Michelle Myers, and Liz Lathrop.
Congratulations.
All of you who participated, really, 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 again, incredible work, very heartful, beautiful stuff. And again, there are no losers in this.
You were one
but I had to pick 3
finals, I think, as I recall. That made it.
Michelle, you said, is she on Facebook? If you're talking about Julie and her little group Chaos Theory, yes, they are. They don't have a YouTube or anything like that
yet.
But you can go to Facebook, and I posted the link here, facebook.com/Chaos Theory Group. Please, you know, again, you know, jump on her page, like it, you know, show some love and support. It helps them in, you know, being able to build this and get it out there and bring their music. Mystical Moons. No, I don't believe that she is on here. She is on Facebook.
She is on Facebook, yes, but she's not on tonight, I don't think. Last time I talked to her, she's getting some medical tests and shit done, so she might pop on a little bit later. But yeah, she is normally on Facebook. Just look up Mystical Moons Live.
Yes,
And
she does a
then
live
you'll be
as
able
well
to
too.
find
Yeah.
her. But it's Mystical Moons Live is what her Facebook is under.
So yes, again, going back to as we were talking, these three stood out in the aspect from the songwriting aspect. And we're going to start with Suzanne's, because that is the one,
Just click it.
okay, that Shiya is going to sing,
Yes.
okay, in the composition. And it may be a little bit difficult for everybody to read.
I will read it out loud for everybody if you would like.
Shiya's going to read it out loud. Please, feel free.
Emotions violently churning through her head. Images flashing from that morning in bed. Red-hot daggers ripping and scorching the back of her throat. Seas burst from her eyes as she collapses to the floor like a sunken boat. So little time, so many things left unsaid. Visions of their life began filling her head. Questions of why and how can this be? Nothing matters now. Regret is all she can see. Bottle it all up, keep that pain at bay. Move through life's motions day by day. They say time heals the deepest wounds and eventually sets us all free. Until then, my love, my heart will surge for you, just like the sea.
Again, very powerful, very poetic.
Mm-hmm.
And again, in the framework of how you and I discussed, the way that once we had gotten it down and we're like, okay, these are the ones. Mm-hmm. The first thing I did, and Shiya will tell you, I sat down with her and I was like, okay, which one of these speaks to you as a woman to
have a
put your voice to first? And this will be the first one that we will be working, at least within your framework context of singing. And that's not to say, again, that, you know, this one was better, but there are certain elements that I believe, and you believe, can really only be captured within the framework of that
feminine voice.
That connection, right.
And this one felt, I mean, the others are both feminine also, but this one felt like it really needed to be represented by not only a feminine voice, but somebody who's kind of lived through something similar.
True enough. That's a very good point as well, too.
Yep.
So, yes, that one right
it's called,
there.
Dolores, which actually means expressing or feeling great sorrow or regret.
Yeah, and I agree. It is beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to kind of working on it. Now, one of the things that we will do, and I believe in this strongly, as these tracks begin production, Shiya and I will be, you know, again, using Suzanne as the first example, we'll be reaching out to her and discussing elements of, okay, you know, this is what we're thinking stylistically here, and this is what we're thinking stylistically there, because in many ways, they're not just words. They are an expression of experience, of feelings,
Yes.
of thoughts, perceptions, even opinions if you want, but they still, they have a dynamic that is unique to the individual. And we want to, you know, same type of element that, you know, Jonathan and I did with Time of the Phoenix. We want to capture that. So it isn't just a simple, hey, you know, thanks for the words, and, you know, we're going to turn it into a fucking Weird Al song.
Right.
Doesn't work like that, Jerry. Not today.
Not today, Jerry.
Not today.
But,
hey, Christine, good to see you, hon.
Hi, Christine. Tanmoy, tonight's not reading night, it's podcast night. Tomorrow night's reading night, so come back and ask me that tomorrow.
Yes, again, Tuesday nights are podcasts with your discussion and music and comedy and weird shit and stuff like that. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. Wednesday nights, Facebook and YouTube will be, as you would say,
What the fuck Wednesday?
what the fuck? So yes, there'll be tarot readings and, you know, other things, you know, interlaced within the journey.
Yep.
And again, it's a great piece. It's a really great piece. And thank you, Suzanne. You know, again, thank you to everybody. So the other one, and these two kind of spoke within the element, I guess you could say, of my deeper love of rock and roll. This one from Liz, The Calling. Again, simple. Not a whole lot, but what is there is incredibly powerful. And Matt and I were talking about this one. This one has that kind of
fun.
Well, it's like a meteor shower. You know what I mean? From a distance, it's beautiful. And it's really beautiful as it gets closer.
Yeah.
And then as it gets closer, you realize, oh my God, I'm fucked. Because there are meteorites coming down and are going to Becca nailed it. Metallica rule.
There you go. So I'll read this one. This one's called Midnight Strikes, Full Moon High. Now is the time to come out and play. Under the moon we gather. Tonight we come together. Come and gather. Wolf, dragon, and phoenix. They are up to their playful antics. Run free, wolf. Fly free, phoenix. Be free, dragon. Under the moonlit sky.
Yeah. Powerful mantra. Very
free.
Yes. Yes. And you know, again, listen, as with most things, perspective, you know, they're unique. You know, you say potato, I say potato. Some people are like licking beaver assholes and other people don't. You know, it is what it is. It's not a right or wrong. You know, it's a question, again, to what degree do we connect? I talk about this a lot. Take what you need, leave the rest behind. Yep. Things will grow, they'll adapt, they'll evolve, they'll change even to certain degrees. But how it speaks in a moment,
yeah,
and that's, again, really the only thing that I could draw upon, which is, you know, I just kept coming back to it. And I just, again, using Becca's analogy, I just heard the thunder, you know what I mean, of it, and it just, you know,
I can't wait to see.
I couldn't escape it. So, Liz, you fucked me up with this one, but thank you. I really do appreciate it. And then that finally brings us to Michelle. Okay. Michelle's, again, not drawn out. It's not like Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. It's not going to be like Pink Floyd's Echoes, where it's a 20-minute fucking adventure to the center of the earth. But it's powerful. It is. You know what I mean? And it has an element to it that's almost, and this is, again, my translation, my perception, not unlike a dance, but not, you know, not the kind of dance that your grandmother went to, unless your grandmother was hanging out at CBGB's. And I say that loosely. But, again, as with all things, some of it is based on what it says to us. That's why, you know, when people look at art, they'll look at a picture and, you know, it will, to different degrees, trigger different responses, different elements, just like all of our senses have different responses. Some people love the smell of strawberries. Other people, you just say strawberry and they're ready to fucking puke. Yep. You know what I mean? It's not right or wrong. It's just unique, again, to the individual. So you want to read this one?
I will indeed.
Okay.
This is Breaking from Michelle Myers.
Now, again, I gave this the title, or is this this was the original title? Okay.
All of these are down with
I didn't actually have the title for this, so I renamed it to Breaking in Silence.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but when you sent it to me, that's actually hysterical, because I love the framework of how it was broken down, Michelle, and I like how it, again, like a dance.
That's one of the reasons I put the actual graphic that she sent us in there, because it was already framed.
I didn't see the breaking part, but no coincidence, Breaking in Silence, we're still within the same framework, so yeah.
So this one's entitled Breaking. The damaged young, left feeble and numb, to their souls inflicted, to pain they succumb. Breaking in silence, stagnant through time, difficult to comprehend the confusion sublime. Strength resurrected, drawing the line, generations freed, the power was mine. Universal healing, unlike before, breaking cycles today, tomorrow, no more.
Powerful stuff. Incredibly, incredibly beautiful. And, you know, again, I don't know about anybody else, you know, and again, it's not to blow smoke up anybody's ass, but as an empath, for me, things carry a charge. They carry energy. It doesn't matter if it's a picture, it's a concept, an idea, an actual food, say, or in this case, words meant, in my opinion and in my perspective, to be framed within music. Now, again, some of this, not going to lie, I'm emotionally compromised. As a musician, my magic translates into music. So you can still take this in its purest form as a piece of poetry, as a story, as a mantra, as a, again, however you want to frame it. Mm-hmm. And there's energy within those
And I believe
words.
she originally wrote this as a tribute to her daughter who has passed.
Michelle, I mean, you could clarify that. I am not aware. Evening, Shannon. Good to see you. Shiya says that this was written within
A tribute framework, right, Michelle? I think you'd mentioned that at one point to me. I mean, yes,
while we wait for the delay lag, and we'll say when Michelle says, and that would be actually that would be universally apt, because Matt and I, just finished working up on Mama Rocks, which is also when I wrote it within the same framework.
You're thinking of your granddaughter when you wrote it.
Okay.
She will be officially adopted next Wednesday.
Right. So it's still, again, it has that emotional context.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my brother Matt is here as well, too. Hello to my sister Ashley Hart. Great to see her as well. Yes, all is well. Hope everything's good in your worlds. I sent Matt out these two for him to kind of say, okay, which one of these two jumps out at you? And that will be one of the ones that he and I are going to do. So, again, they will have different voices, but we believe, and hopefully for all of you too, that they will have elements of the energy that you put into them. So, again, thank you, everybody, for participating. And we will continue to do stuff like this. Myself and Matt are finding a very nice, comfortable line.
We're great together.
Listen, he and I talked the other night, and we talked for over an hour. We just got sucked into a fucking conversation. It really is, again, originally, a lot of this just started in the framework remotely, just, voices, within the internet and stuff like that. And as we connected more, we actually now, are engaging at that more, personal level, having direct conversations.
We Texans are invading your life.
Yeah, listen, but I got to say this, and again, not to blow smoke up his or anybody else's ass. There's no coincidence within elements of energy and how people live their lives. Matt is a father, a husband. He works. He isn't, one of these, prima donna, hey, I'm a singer. Don't you want to suck my dick? You know what I mean? That's not him. Not him at all. You know what I mean? And I respect that, again, as a parent. But it's also just within some of the views. We were talking about, big corporations, how they're fucking us all silly inside out, and, some of the elements of the stupidity that, are going on, and, how neither one of us, and Brother Jonathan, I know you can relate to this, really uncomfortable with, the labeling between left or right, just desperately trying to find some place in the middle, you know what I mean? And it's tough, but there is the context of strength in numbers, and we had, some good conversation, some good connection, which, for me, puts an additional level, it takes it from 4 dimensions to 5-dimensional now, if that makes any sense. But I'm honored and really, again, proud to be putting this stuff out here. Again, some of it for me has been a couple of years' journey, but there are reasons, and sometimes people come into our lives when they're meant to. And yes, Michelle, absolutely, really, really sorry for that. Yeah. That is unfortunately a common theme within addiction. Completely different side note.
She's helping break that generational.
Right, and that's all we can do.
Daughter,
we can break those elements of conditioning, and as you call them, the generational
The generational curses,
right?
generational conditioning.
Myself and my son Monkey, we know somebody that a couple of days ago also OD'd after many years of dancing the dance back and forth. He was a young guy, my son's age, in his 20s, and it was unfortunate. You know what I mean? These things happen, and the rest of us are left to feel the pain. So yeah, Suzanne says our deepest, condolences.
Absolutely.
For whatever that's worth.
Well, we have had, on a good note, we have had a visitor come in and visit us.
Yes. Do I hear a monkey?
I heard a monkey.
Oh my God! It's on the ceiling.
Come down from there.
Jesus Christ!
What are you doing?
Oh
my God!
It looks angry. Oh my God! It's
got your
raping me!
It's got your voodoo doll.
All right.
Yeah, we went full South Park on that.
You just took that somewhere.
Yeah, I just fucked it up for him. That's what I do.
Hi, Chef Monkey.
It's a father's prerogative, you know what I mean? You get to play these cards periodically over the years, especially when they get older. You can't do it to them when they're young because they don't know what the fuck's going on, and it doesn't have any fucking flavor or humor really to it. But when they get older, and you can really hang them out. Oh, yeah.
The monkey's over here saying, or it's just traumatic. Don't you know it's a parent's job to traumatize their child? I mean, he's
Listen, I truly believe in the Klingon way in this particular context. It is always best served cold.
Today is a good day to die.
Yeah, yes, it is. And that's great. Michelle says it very well. It is. It's always a rough journey.
Yep.
But having that light at the other end, that hope, and she says, looking forward to her granddaughter's adoption and her new journey with a lovely couple.
That's wonderful.
That is the best that we can do, is set the stage for a better future. You know what I mean?
These submissions were all absolutely amazing. Totally.
Yeah, again, not to be redundant on it.
That made the short list. I see several of them here.
Yes, listen, there were a lot of submissions. Honora, had submitted some stuff that definitely had,
and Sabrina did,
as well too.
The other
Pam.
Pam, yeah, yep. Pam did,
and Pam was real close. Pam had several.
Ashbuck had a really good
Ashbuck as well too. They were very close, they were framing within that, right on the edge. And to be honest, and I joked about this.
Get revisited.
I made a joke about this last week, and it was only half joking.
It was less than half joking.
That I may take a whole bunch more of these, and depending upon Matt's schedule and my schedule, and all the things in between and stuff, we may convert more of them. We very well, you know what I mean. So, Suzanne, Mystical Moons. Suzanne Delgado.
Delgado Doobie.
Yes.
Those are our 3 winners, Suzanne Doobie.
Suzanne, great to see you. So, yeah, Suzanne, again, as talked about earlier, Mystic Moons, definitely check her out. Hon, if you could type in your Facebook address for your lives out on the chat and stuff for everybody. Somebody had mentioned earlier if you were on Facebook, so please go ahead and share that.
I think Monica was asking.
Might have been Monica.
It was
I was distracted by a crazy monkey that just came kind of dancing into the room.
That happens.
It does happen. It happens around here, and it happens a lot. So yes, we will continue. Again, as I told Shiya, we're going to work on those tracks over the next month. We're not going to do a structured contest through April. We'll probably do a couple little trivia, maybe interactive type of, cyber hunt type of shit. Just, depending upon how things go.
Yes.
And Judy, great to see you as well, too.
Michelle, you're a crystalholic. Yes, there's a crystal for that.
Yeah, yes, there is. There's always a crystal for that. But again, as mentioned earlier, and, just kind of going back to some of the things, and I'm going to put this back up here again since she's here, and just for everybody, again, really do appreciate her support. Definitely go check her out. The Goblin Queen has arrived, but she's on a social media break, so love you all. She jumped in, and I guess apparently jumping the fuck out.
Well, at least we have a random goblin drive-by.
That's definitely a Goblin Queen maneuver. So hi, hun. Goodbye, hun.
Have fun. Huh?
Yes, we miss you already.
I'm crying. The monkey's crying.
Oh, just not.
No. Crying.
Monkey just did a full-blown Bilbo Baggins. Nope.
The monkey's sitting here wondering why there was a drive-by to begin with.
Yes. Hi. Goodbye. Hey, listen. I mean, it's beautiful. You know, a lot of us now, especially as we have been kind of continuing these little journeys, either during Shiya's lives or the podcasts and stuff. It's organic. It grows. It evolves. You know what I mean? Not unlike anything. I believe that what you put into it, you get back. But some things also take a life in a form of their own. Not always everything that we expect, but that's the beautiful thing of it. I think sometimes that element of surprise, that element of wow, wasn't expecting this. Don't get me wrong, we can finagle and kind of steer things in certain directions, but there is a case to be made sometimes to just let it flow, just how things are meant to be, they'll be.
Kind of like using lepidolite as a crystal for flowing. I'm sorry, I'm back on the crystal now. You can get some lepidolite from Susanna, Mystical Moon.
Well, yeah, that's why I have it up there. Again, she graciously,
We've gone full circle.
supported this contest and, donating, not only gift certificates, but obviously, basically drop a name, get a discount. Now, granted, you can't use it on everything, so it's, it's for your first purchase, but still,
hey, it's enough to get you hooked like a good dealer.
Well,
you're a good crystal dealer.
I wasn't going to put it that way. But
hey, for those of us who are crystal addicts, we appreciate our crystal dealers. The crystals like the rock kind.
Listen, you got to get the fix somewhere.
Absolutely.
And, there are worse things in life. Granted, it depends how you approach it. You know what I mean? Like, listen, as with anything in this world, you can go too far down the rabbit hole. We were down in Mythical Treasures here in Rochester the other day, and we were looking at some of the crystals, and, I literally almost shit myself when I looked at how expensive some of that stuff was.
But they've always been higher. I appreciate our local people, our people that we know here. And I say local very loosely because to me, you guys here, despite being not local all over the world and on the internet, you're part of our local little inner circle, So,
yes,
these are
absolutely.
Our circle people.
Be it, somebody like Ashley Hart